Mexico is a country. To be Mexican, you have to be born in Mexico, because that's a nationality. However, originally, there's a word that I use in here that is called MEXICA. That is not a country. That's not a nationality. That is a ethnicity, an identity. The Mexica people are what the country of Mexico was named after. Because you have to realize, there's borders that, split, and there's the United States, Mexico, El Salvador, whatnot, right? Well, guess what? We, indigenous people, we didn't build those borders. It was Europeans who built those borders. Okay, I'm Mexican because I was born in Mexico, but that doesn't define my culture and my ethnicity. I'm not going to allow a border built by people who don't like me, who try to ruin me, to also say, okay, this border defines you. No, you don't. I know what I am. You don't tell me. You see, so to answer your question, Mexico is just a country. If you really go to Mexico, just like the United States, there's black people, there's Asian people, there's Indians, meaning people of India. You turn on Univision, the channel, Spanish channel, they're all white people, blonde, blue eyes, they're white people. You see? Mm-hmm. They are all people who could just say, I'm Mexican because they're born there. Okay, sure, yeah, that's your nationality. But what is your ethnic background? You see? That's what is important to me. Go ahead.
I thought the borders were actually built not to keep people out, but to know what country is which.
It wasn't that. It was the Europeans that arrived in the United States. They said, this is ours now. We're going to put a border around it. No one can come in here. This is our land. See, we destroyed the indigenous people. We put them in reservations, and we built this land. Now you guys cannot come in here.
California was ours. Right?
Okay, that's also a very important question. You said California was ours. Mm-hmm. Well, before the Europeans, there was no borders whatsoever. So technically, the entire Americas was ours, because our ancestors originally, prior to European invasion and occupation, our ancestors could go anywhere.
Like the names of the cities, like Sacramento, Los Angeles.
Well, those are Spanish names, because think about it, Los Angeles, what is that, Spanish? See, a lot of our places are named after the people who invaded them.
San Jose,
San Francisco. This is mine. Name it after me. That's how it came to be. Yes.
So basically, we're
indigenous. I don't use the word Indian. I don't call myself Indian, because there are already a people known and named Indians, which are the people of India. We are indigenous, and I use that, and I believe it's very important to use that as opposed to Indian, because indigenous automatically means we are the original people of this land. And I believe that's important to know, because what are white people in the United States trying to do? Deport. Who are they deporting? Who? People who look like who? Like you guys, brown people, indigenous people. So you're telling me that you guys, Europeans, white people, came from another land, arrived here, and said, oh, you guys are going to get the... Whoa. First of all, you're not an immigrant. The immigrant are the people who are trying to throw you out of here. Those are the immigrants. So it's correct to say the immigrants are trying to replace us. That's why it's important to know this stuff, because when we allow them to tell us who we are immigrants. And that's what people who colonize you want to do. They want to erase what you are and tell you what you are. Give you your worth and your value. And that is the problem. And that's why I write. We have allowed the colonizers to, of course, erase who we are. And also afterwards tell us, okay, now you're this. You're Latino. You're Hispanic. And that's what we claim. How can the people who obviously hated us and destroyed us also tell us who we are?